Hi, I'm John. This is my show, A Sports Reckoning. So let me just say really quick that any videos that I use in the making of this video, any videos or images, are protected under the rules and regulations of the Fair Use Guidelines, which allows me to make a video like this to give my opinion and to create discussions throughout the community. Okay, so it's totally legal, totally allowed to do it. Now, any of these people that object to it, the only reason is because they're trying to cover up their guilt and shit. Okay, so let me just say really quick, this is Ryan from Breakout Cards. He doesn't have anything to do with the scam that took place in the Pokemon world. I'm just going to show you some video here because he's an expert in another field and stuff, right? So I 100% accuse Melee Pops, people like Melee Pops, the people that are involved. So I know Melee Pops is involved. So I'll say Melee Pops and Logan Paul, that they 100% all knew that that box of Pokemon was fake, and the only reason that they bought it and did this big thing was so that they could get free advertisement, and it's a scam from the beginning. I accuse them of that. And I'm not freaking scared of accusing these bastards. They're guilty. They did it, and there's no doubt about it. So I have no fear of stepping into a courtroom against any of those motherfuckers. They can see these people. They can sue you and they can do all this stuff. They can act like they're all tough and bad, right? But once you get into the courtroom, the facts are going to be exposed, and so none of these motherfuckers are going to would be willing to step into a courtroom against me. When you're guilty and it's provable that you're guilty, then none of them would be willing to step into a courtroom. So then, therefore, why would I have any fear? It's not slander. I'm not slandering somebody if they're guilty. If they're guilty, it's not slander. That's what you people don't understand. Okay, they're guilty, and I'm telling you, they're fucking guilty. Okay. No doubt. And two people specifically, Melee Pops and Logan Paul, are guilty of pulling this scam to deceive the public. It's a scam of the public. It's of the public trust. That's the actual victims. We're the victims, the public. They scammed our public trust. I don't know technically what's the crimes of what they did, but that is what they did. They pulled a scam on us because between all of them, there is no money that's really involved. It's just a big scam. We don't know actually why they did this stuff. I mean, technically we know why, because for advertisement. But who's getting what benefits and who did this and why that stuff's a bigger picture. You'd have to get into it more, which I don't even want to do this fucking video. This is like, I could care less about Pokemon, right? I personally think that anybody who collects Pokemon's an idiot. You're stupid as fuck. People that try to think to compare stupid Pokemon cards to athletic, real human beings. And people say, oh, well, a Pokemon can't tear his ACL. Yeah, that's why. Who gives a fuck about that? The reason I like these football players is because they put it on the line. They risk their health. They can get hurt. So it means something. That's why you have respect for them. I don't fuck Pokemon. I fuck Pokemon. Me personally, I would think that half of the people that are in the Pokemon market are probably pedophiles. What you're getting is probably a large pedophile this is probably a big fucking group of pedophiles who are using that Pokemon to abuse children. Because what is the purpose for adults to be playing with children's toys? Oh, well, that gives you access to children and it allows you to fucking molest them. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Pokemon scene is just a big fucking pedophile scene, as far as my personal beliefs about what Pokemon collectors are and who's involved in that fucking world and shit. Fucking disgusting motherfuckers. So, Ryan from Breakout's Cards, same thing. He doesn't know anything about Pokemon, doesn't care about Pokemon, knows nothing about it, but he is an expert in identifying fakes in the card world, okay? Now, Melee Pops is a huge guy in the sports card world. He's a huge guy. Now, Ryan from Breakout Cards, this is the problem with society, is he's not willing to step up and accuse Melee Pops. Because that's your flaw, dude. You're an expert, and you know that there was a scam pulled, and you know that there's no way possible that Melee Pops did not know that this scam was occurring, but you're not willing to say that. And me, personally, as an American, I look at you and I say, dude, what kind of fucking American are you if you're not willing to stand up for the fucking truth, justice, and the American way? Then fuck you, because then you're not a real American. You're just out here trying to get your money, trying to get yours, right? Because then I don't have respect for you motherfuckers, and I got all the respect for you you've got knowledge of what you're doing, you're very knowledgeable, but were you willing to step up and as an American and defend the fucking American way? No, you did not you're not willing to step up there and actually accuse Millie Pops of fucking pulling a scam and shit, right? So let me show you here to show you an expert opinion, what a basic expert, the first thing that they would know about this case of Pokemon cards when it came up for sale.
Number one, I don't know anything about Pokemon. Those are trading cards. I don't collect trading cards. I collect sports cards primarily, and I do have a collection of non-sports cards as well, but they're all pre-war, so not my expertise. Number two, it's boxes. Again, I don't collect boxes. I collect single cards. So I don't know anything. I don't collect sealed wax. I don't even have any sealed wax. So two complete opposite things that I'm used to. So now that the dust has settled, that the case is fake, here are my thoughts on it. First, the origin of the box. This box originally was purchased under $100,000, yet sold for $3.5 million. You just don't get those type of margins even on sports cards. So I'll give you an example. Let's go do a card show and you find a Babe Ruth playing day card for $100 or $200. Let's say it says 1933 Gaudi. Do you expect that card to be real? Do you really think someone underpriced it that much? This case is worth $3.5 million. Why didn't people bid on it on eBay? There was some big red flags there. And if you're finding something that cheap in comparison to what it's worth, you need to be extra careful with buying it.
Okay, so that's enough of what he said. He just showed you. Right from the beginning, a dude who knows nothing about Pokemon, but just because he's an expert in the field of collecting, he instantly shows that there's red flags all over that fucking case. And like he said, you have to be extra careful. And this is what I'm saying, why Mealy Pops has to be involved in this scam, because there's no way possible that Mealy Pops would not be aware that for him to then sell, if he wants to buy it and keep it for himself, he could do whatever the fuck he wants. But when he sells it, you have to be extra careful. You can't sell it unless you know it's real. You could buy it, do whatever the fuck you want with it, but you can't sell it. So once he sold it under these fucking very fishy circumstances and unreliable sources, then he has to be pulling a scam. There has to be a scam because there's no way possible that the dude with trust in the community could sell that and claim that it's real. It's impossible. And so what happens is, look at, I buy stuff on eBay, right? And if you don't know if something's real, all you have to do is look at how the auction is taking place and see how the bids are coming in. If you see something and the bidding is coming in heavy and aggressive, you can assume that those bidders are experts and they've done their work and they've documented it as being authentic. You can see that it's occurred, that experts are out there and they've already judged it. So when this case did not sell on eBay, you can assume that experts had looked at it, they'd put their eyes on that case, and none of them were willing to take that risk. None of them. Just like he said, if somebody's going to offer you the Babe Ruth, well, instantly you know it's fake. So now, let's say that Mealy Pops thought maybe it could be real. Okay, so I don't know who the person is who actually initially bought. Because there's a few players. There's like that Poke Jew guy and there's the Jacob guy. So like I said, I'm not totally, I don't care about this stuff. So, but I can tell you that these are the players involved. And if you want to go further into the investigation, all you would have to do is look right into those people and you would find all the answers and shit, right? So, but I'm gonna say Mealy Pops, because Mealy Pops is the one with the big name in the sports card. So he was the one that has like the most credible name, most well-known name, and there's no way possible that somebody, would do that. So first of all, if you're willing to take a risk on the box, then this is what you would do. That case, the boxes inside were extremely valuable, regardless if it's in the case or not. Okay, the box, and then the fact that the case is sealed. The only purpose for the case to be sealed is to not expose the scam. Okay, because once the case is open and you see the boxes, well, then it's still a case of Pokemon. It didn't matter if it was open. What mattered is the contents had to be real. Because you're not selling a sealed case. A sealed case has no... The only reason a case like that has value is if the contents are real. If the contents are not real, it has no value. So nobody would buy a sealed case. That sealed case has no value. The only thing that gives it value is what is inside of the case. So if, let's say you're like a Mealy Pops guy, and you say, I want to check that case out because I know that the money there is much bigger. So you would contact the guy directly. You would tell the guy who has the case. So say, look here's the thing. We don't know if it's real or not. So let's say the guy wanted 100,000. You would tell him just simple as this. I'll give you 200,000, but I'm opening that case in front of you. And if it's real, I'll give you the 200,000. If it's not real, then I get my money back. And then if the guy wouldn't do the deal, then you wouldn't do business with him. You would know it's fake. He's not willing to step up, and he's not willing to if he's not willing to risk it himself, then why would you trust you wouldn't do it? There's no way possible. So that case did not need to be sealed to have a tremendous amount of value. So the only way that gives it the value is it has to be open because there was red flags around it. So the only way to verify that case at the time, it wasn't to go send it to somebody who's got no freaking knowledge. The baseball card exchange is proven to be not an expert on that. They were not experts. So having them wrap it would only be to pull a scam. There's no reason to wrap it. You have not proven that the contents within the box are real. You have not proven that the contents within the box are real, so why would you wrap it? Well, the only reason to wrap it is then there's some scam that they're pulling. Because there's no way possible that somebody that's a sophisticated level of knowledge of a Mealy Pops would not know that that box has not been verified, and there's no way possible that a person like Mealy Pops would risk his reputation on an unverified box of which he's going to turn it from 100,000 to he sold it for like 2.7 million, whatever. The chain, how it goes and shit. It's ridiculous for anybody to believe that those guys would have done that. It's ridiculous because all they had to do is open the box, and the box is worth all the money. The box didn't lose value if you opened it. It gained value because now you know it was a sealed case. As long as you had it on video that this box was only open to verify that you put it back in there, you reseal it and wrap it at that time, now it's verified, and it would be worth just as much as it ever would have been as the sealed case. It is ridiculous for anybody to believe that these people would have put that money into something that's unverified and then flipped it for that kind of money. They only could have done it if there's a scam, and you only could have done it if the end player is involved in the scam, because they would not have sold that off and had it end up where it ended up and scammed a guy. They would not have done that. So the only way that they would have done it is that you know that the original people who bought it and the end person who ended up in it, they're in the scam together. And what they're doing is they're doing a publicity scam. They're doing a breach of the contract of the frickin' public trust is what they actually did. It's some crime. I don't know what it is and shit, but somewhere in there, there's a fucking crime. So I got a few different things here. I'm gonna just show you. Okay, so we're gonna go to this King Pokemon. We're gonna go with that one. Okay, so yeah, let me just show you. So see, here's this historic. See, that's the Mealy. The reason I'm blasting the Mealy Pops is because he's the guy right there. Okay. Pokemon's most historic sale, and he's holding that case, right? He's guilty. There's no way possible. He's holding that wrap box. There's no way possible he would have ever accepted that unless he's in on the scam. It's impossible. Anybody that believes, just like I said, all he had to do was open it and verify that the contents were real, and then he had a case that was worth big money that would have sold easily. Then he could have put it up at freaking auction at Christie's and shit, whatever. That's how legit it would have been. Do you think this dude would have dared to put that case up? Now, this is how it goes. Just simply think this way. Would he have been willing to put that case up for auction at like a Christie's auction and claim that it was real? Do you think that he would possibly ever, that could have occurred? No, because he knows it's not real. If it was real, it would have went up for auction to the highest bidder. He never would have sold it off. This guys like this, they want the money. They want as much as they can get. They know what it's worth. This thing could have went for $5 million, $6 million. It could have went for fucking big fucking bucks. He would have fucking took his chances at the auction, especially with the very low initial investment of what he had. So the only reason for them to wrap that thing is to pull the scam. That you have to pull the scam to say, it's wrapped, it's been authenticated. There has to be an authenticator so that they can claim that they're all being scammed. It's a scam. And there's no way possible a dude like this. This is what the community of baseball card communities, you should cancel Mealy Pops. His store should be fucking shut down. He should be banned from ever being able to be a dealer at any kind of card shows. He should be canceled. He pulled a crime on his own fucking community. He should be canceled and fucking never being fucking heard from again. It's disgusting that anybody would ever do business with this motherfucker, and that you're not acting like that he didn't know about it. He definitely fucking knew about it. It's ridiculous. So now, the trick is that rattle Pokemon. How does the rattle Pokemon get initially involved in the investigation? Because you had to have somebody break it. With the theory of what I'm saying is that this was all a publicity stunt so that Logan Paul could get a lot of publicity because he's launching a new drink company called Prime. And so any of the negative stuff here would just add to the popularity and give free attention and advertisement to this drink company of what they're trying to launch as the Prime, which was the real goal. That they're trying to get the Prime company worth a lot of money. They're trying to build up that drink company because that's where the money's at. The money's not in the Pokemon cards, the money's in the Prime drink. So what you're trying to do is get free advertisement for the Prime drink as you're launching that, which what occurred right in the middle of them announcing that the box could be fake and then announcing that they're opening the box. Right in the middle, what happened was that he launched his drink company, the Prime Drink Company. Okay? Do you think shit like that's coincidence? It's not coincidence. It's obviously what's going on. They're all scamming. So this guy, this King Pokemon, he's going to explain here, and now he's trying to, it's like one of those things, he's like, I'm not guilty. It's one of those things that maybe he doesn't know his guilt. Maybe he doesn't know actually how guilty he was and how integral part of this happening. And so he doesn't know he's guilty, so he's just telling you, I didn't know nothing. And all the people that are involved, they didn't know nothing. So when people are trying to put thoughts like that without giving you any real evidence, they're not, and then he would not be willing to have the conversation, like the conversation of what I'm having, he's not willing to have that conversation. Well, if you're not willing to have the conversation, then who cares about your shitty fucking opinion of what you're giving right here, trying to say they're not involved? How do you know that you're going to demand that we fucking believe your stupid, crappy fucking opinion that they're not involved, but you're not willing to have any fucking conversation to really get in and talk about the facts about it, are you? No. Fucking losers, man. Disgusting. So now, let's listen to him, what he's going to talk about. He knows Rattle Pokemon, and he knows Logan Paul. Somewhere in through here, this connection was made to get that Rattle to look into it. They had to get somebody to look into it.
So the first thing that I want to mention is that I knew nothing.
I didn't know nothing, officer.
Until after Mike's first vid. Mike is rattled.
Okay, right there. So right here he's going to say, I didn't even know anything about this case until Rattle brought it up. Okay, is it possible that guy did not know about the Mealy Pops buying that case and selling it to the Shine months prior? Is it possible that King Pokemon didn't know anything about this case prior until Rattle got involved in it? Is that possible? No, it's not fucking possible. There's no way possible that the King Pokemon did not know that there was a case of Pokemon out there that was bought by Mealy Pops, wrapped by the baseball card exchange, and sold to the Shine guy for $2.7 million. That's not possible that he didn't know about that. So, right when he's talking at the beginning, I didn't know nothing about this. I didn't know nothing until Rattle did it. God. So what I'm saying is, one thing about these liars and these criminals, it's not so easy to lie. And deceive the public. So what you find is these people, they're not good at lying. And when they try and cover up their lie, all they do is expose their lie is really what they're doing.
Who happens to also be a friend. He's been to Vegas. We've gone out together.
They're in Vegas. He's been to Vegas. We've gone out together. Okay, so he personally knows this Rattle guy. They have a relationship. They know each other. They know each other well.
Somebody I truly respect.
Truly respects Rattle.
I knew nothing about this whole case thing.
I knew nothing.
Until his first video. I didn't know it was auctioned before on eBay. I didn't know the people involved.
Is that possible? Bullshit. I knew about it. And I don't know anything about Pokemon, and I watched that video because of the Melee Pops. Because I watching a little, because I had seen the Sausage sale to the Jacob guy, which was directly involved in this stuff. Like I said, I don't care about any of that stuff, but because I had seen the Sausage sale, then when this thing came up, I watched it, not knowing that I was actually getting information later to be used in this stuff, but I knew a little bit about it. So you're going to tell me that this guy, King Pokemon, didn't know anything about the auction, didn't know that it was purchased by the Melee Pops and then it had been sold to the Shine? He knows nothing up until about that case, doesn't know anything until the fucking Rattle starts to investigate it? Is that possible? It's definitely not fucking possible.
Besides the Pokeju, Shine, and Logan, I know them. And
see right there. Oh, I know them. So now he just told you he's really good friends with Rattle, and then he just told you the Pokeju, Shine, and Logan Paul. He knows all of them. So all of the players, all of the key integral players that were involved in this scam and breaking it, he knows them all. He knows all of them. So that's your direct connection to Rattle, to the Logan Paul and stuff. There's your connection through this guy. There's a connection there. There's something that happened. This guy knows them all. He speaks to all of them, and he's telling you right here off the bat, well, no, I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing. No, he knows shit. And he's telling you right off the bat. And then what is he telling you? All the people in the room, they didn't know nothing. All those people, they didn't know nothing. Sure.
But these other people, at least that I know of, I think PSA Pokemon might have met, but anyway, I knew nothing about all this. All the stuff that went on before, I didn't have a clue.
Yeah, right.
Now, this has all come out, and there's a lot of people taking heat, and I wanted to give my take on it. Number one, I feel every single person that was in that room during that box break had absolutely nothing to do with any scam.
Sure. You're going to tell me a dude bought a fake box, which was everybody had identified that it was a fake case, that it cannot be verified. And you're going to tell me one of the most reputable people in the card market, this Melee Pops, somehow that he's just going to go ahead and throw money at the case that's not verified? Reputable people bought a totally unverified case. But they didn't know nothing about it. No, none of them knew. No way possible. How could it possibly end up being G.I. Joe cards? How could it possibly? Because we trust this box. This box that's like stamped by God. How could we not trust it? It's been stamped by God and it's official. Oh, it's got to be real. Come on. It's stupid as fuck. There's no way. They all fucking knew about it. All of them.
Was there some incompetence? Well, I'll leave that up to you to decide.
No, it's not incompetence. It's a crime. It's a scam.
Had anything to do with a scam.
Yeah.
That I'm certain of.
That he's certain of. Oh, he's so certain. But if you're so certain, then why wouldn't you be willing to have a conversation and ask questions, direct questions, with involving your involvement in this? Do you think he's going to do that? No. And why isn't he going to do that? Because what's coming up here?
Was it a joke or a prank? Absolutely not. I talk to Logan almost daily.
I talk to Logan almost daily. I talk to Logan Paul, me, King Pokemon. I am good friends with Logan Paul. Logan Paul would never mislead me or deceive me in any way because I am King Pokemon. He talks to Logan Paul almost daily. He's really good friends with Rattle. And at the end of this video, he starts talking about how Logan Paul is trying to send Rattle money, a payment. But Rattle's like not wanting the payment. It's like he's probably smart enough to know that if he takes a payment this early in this, that it's going to look like a payoff. And it's going to show that somehow that he was involved in this too. Somebody tipped off Rattle to look at that box and investigate it. Somebody tipped him off because he had to be involved in it because, like I said, they had to break the scam so they could get the attention for the prime drink of what was there. So it had to be, it was on a time frame. There was a schedule here. So in order for all of this stuff to happen, you had to have the other guy, the guy break it, okay? So the thing I didn't know about Rattle is like, well, what was his involvement in this? How did he get involved? And so I still don't, technically, I don't know who actually put him onto it, but through this connection right here, he talks to Logan every day, and he's standing up for Logan. And all the people in the room, they never pulled a scam, and he's good friends with Rattle too. So there's a connection there. Somebody put Rattle onto this thing. Somebody brought it up to him. Somebody, like maybe the Rattle called the King Pokemon and said, should I look into this box? And then maybe he just said, well, go ahead, do it. Go look. Something happened. There was something, and this guy is like a guy who's involved in it but doesn't even know that he's involved in it. There's some connection there. Somebody put Rattle onto looking into that box, which, because they knew that the box was fake. They knew that it'd be exposed really quick by anybody. Once they put their eyes on it, anybody who had any form of knowledge of the stuff, they knew that they would be instantly exposed. So what would you thinking Logan Paul's just going to spend $3.5 million on a box without doing an investigation? Because you think he's going to trust the baseball card exchange? First, he could be like, well, what have they documented? What have they verified before in Pokemon? Oh, nothing? Oh, okay, I'll trust him though, but I'll trust him. Let me just go and give up my $3.5 million. I'm going to trust him. Come on. It's stupid as fuck. Same thing would have happened with Logan Paul. Logan Paul would have said to the Shine guy when he was buying the box. Same thing with Shine. Shine would have said the same thing to Mealy Pops. Okay, well, I don't trust that this thing's for real. I'll give you that money, but I'm opening the box. And if it's not, he said, if it's real, I'll just seal it back up, and then it's real. It's real. It's been verified that it's real. It doesn't matter if you cracked it open. The only thing that matters is that it was real. Once the contents were verified in the box is considered an original sealed box of Pokemon. It didn't have to be sealed, because nobody in the world out there is just going to put that box of a sealed case forever and be like, it's the most beautiful. Oh my God, look at that case. Isn't it beautiful? I'm just going to admire its beauty for the rest of my life. At some point, the thing's got to be open, because the only thing that really has value, that has beauty, is what's the contents on the inside. So it's fucking ridiculous. It is ridiculous that these people would not have opened that fucking thing. But the only reason they pulled a scam, and they can get away with the scam, is it had to be wrapped so they can claim it was authenticated. It was authenticated. How am I to know that it was a scam? How was I supposed to be able to witness? How was I supposed to recognize that it was a scam? Okay, so now let me show you this other thing that I just came across. There's this I don't know whose page this is, whatever, but so up in the top left is that Pokey Jew guy who's directly involved with the Logan Paul shit. Down below him is that King Pokemon, and on the right is it says Island Boy. I don't know if there's some young, I've never seen him before in my life, so I don't know anything about him. I guess there's some young rap group or something, right? Or whatever, right? So they're talking here a little about Logan Paul, but the kids there, they don't like Logan Paul. And as soon as these people give any opinion against Logan Paul, they're instantly shut down. So if these people are so believing that Logan Paul's such a good guy, and it's so easily to defend him with, because they've got the facts, then go ahead, come at me, because I'm gonna make you look stupid, because I'm gonna come back at you with the facts. But they're not willing to have that discussion, because they're not capable of having that discussion.
He's such a great guy. That's a good guy to you?
He's made his mistakes.
Boom, gone. See? As soon as they said anything negative about Logan Paul, these guys, boom, kicked him off the platform. You guys are gone. We don't want to hear your opinion. Any opinion you got that's going to go against this Logan Paul guy, of which this Poke Jew guy was just involved in a scam with him. Of course he's not going to allow him to talk then. Now, listen to what King Pokemon says here, because I said that the whole purpose for the case of the Pokemon is for attention. It's for free advert. It's the whole purpose for it, right? But if the contents are fake, do you want attention? Is that good, positive attention if the contents end up being fake? Is that... So, now, once it's... At this point right here... It's been claimed that it's been exposed that the case is fake. It's been exposed that the case is fake by the Rattle Pokemon guy. It's been exposed that this is serious, like in the people are not believing it, right? So at this point, before the case has been opened and now the public is saying that the case is fake, would you want all of the attention around that? Would you want the attention really being brought that there's fake Pokemon being sold in the community? Is that a good, positive attention to bring to the community? No, it's not. But listen to what King Pokemon says here.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was getting out of control there.
Yeah, but that was good though. All they did is draw even more attention.
See?
You know, called.
That was good, because all they did was draw more attention. Yeah, because that's the whole purpose of the case, was to bring attention. They didn't care if it was fake, because what they're going for is attention. And what did King Pokemon say here? Before it's open and recognized as a fake, he's saying it's a good thing that they're bringing attention to it. So you're saying it's a good thing that the rattle exposed it as a fake to the community, that's all positive, and we should just get more attention around this? That's what he just said. But if he doesn't understand that the whole purpose for this case is to bring the attention, then why is he so endorsing of it being such a positive thing to bring attention to this case? Because he's involved in some way. He's involved with the key players. And the key players, he knows the one thing, with whether or not, regardless whether this guy knows that it was a scam or not, he knows that Logan Paul is trying to get attention out of this. He knows that that's a beneficial, positive a result of this to happen, is that Logan Paul's going to get a bunch of attention off of it. So it doesn't matter if it's fake or not. These are the players, they scammed it. Here's your little tight-knit circle of the key players and who brought them together. They're all directly connected in a very small circle. This was a scam from the beginning to scam the public trust and fool us to believing that they could have been scammed, so that they could get a lot of people talking about it and get all this free advertisement. So, fuck Mealy Pops. You should be canceled. Anybody who doesn't fucking come out saying Mealy Pops should be canceled from the community to allow him to pull that fucking scam and jeopardize the fucking credibility of the community of which he exists in. If you don't fucking stand up and say cancel Mealy Pops, you're in on it too then. Then fuck all you fake, stupid, fucking loser motherfuckers who are not willing to stand up for fucking truth, justice, and the American way.